Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane car, and look what I've got for you guys. Isn't that cool? It's a prototype. It's called the Jeep Grand Cherokee TrailHawk 2. And we're gonna show it to you right now. As you can tell, my voice is nearly gone.
Every year for Moab, we build special vehicles through our underground group. Bring them out here, we test them, we give the keys to you and let you drive them around. These vehicles are kind of a peek into our head, what we're thinking about when we think about various models of Jeep. We like to modify Jeeps as well. We like to come out in Moab, improve what we have, make it better and better. But there's also ideas that we get to here. We start and we develop through. Some of these things make it through into production. Many of them don't, but that's okay. We're also here to affect the aftermarket. What we've started with here is actually a Grand with the 3-liter diesel engine in it. We used a couple pieces off the SRT, namely the aluminum hood, the front fascia, and then we modified the lower piece for approach angle. It's painted in this wild orange poppy color, which is unusual for a Grand Cherokee. All the chrome's been cleaned off of the vehicle, but the biggest off-road piece, we wanted to fit a 35-inch tire. There's no lift for the vehicle. That's commercially available. We came up with about an 1.5 inch spacer, but the rest of it was done with a Sawzall. We basically opened the wheel openings on it. And it gives it actually this kind of cool, low, thick look to it. The wheel is a bolt-on from the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Edition. And the hardware that's in a Grand Cherokee is actually very, very good. It's got a rear locker. It's got a real low range to it. This still has all the off-road settings. It's a steel spring car, it's not an air spring car. We chose that intentionally because it's unknown for us. We got to kind of take baby steps when we modify these things. Still my intent to do an air spring car, but it's going to take a little bit more of us figuring out. Works very, very good. It's a great kind of a cruiser on the road. It's actually, for 35-inch tires on a car like that, it's actually very, very mild. It drives great on road, and we'll be able to prove it back here in the rocks.
Now keep in mind, this is just a prototype. This may never be built, but I have a feeling Jeep is going to update the brand new Grand Cherokee and make something similar to this. I mean, think about it this way. They already have the TrailHawk 1. So why not? Now there are certain things here that you may not have seen, and I'm going to focus on them. Specifically this hood. You know what it's from? The SRT. That's right, baby. Comes right off it. There are other things as well. These fender wells, they've actually been chopped to be this big to hold this size tire. I would imagine those two things at the very least won't be on the production model if they make it. We've already covered it, but this here is the 420 pound-feet of torque. Diesel. Isn't that great? Doesn't matter what the horsepower is. Don't even worry about it. Out here, off-road, torque. That's all that matters. For the Fast Lane car, this is Nathan Adlin with no voice, saying see you next time. If you've ever wondered about the deep, dark recesses of some of the guys who build these vehicles, you can kind of see it here. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And yet, at the same time, a lot of this is obtainable right now. You can actually build something like this. Can you believe that?